Hello, good afternoon, Nigerians, good afternoon, friends, good afternoon, family. My name is Humble. I'm just a concerned Nigerian who feels to contribute a little quota in ensuring that we move closer to a kind of solution this time around. Yeah, how are you today? I want to believe you are doing fine. In all your spheres of endeavor, I believe God is doing you well. Now, I want to ask you a question. Do you feel a sense of urgency? Do you understand where we are now? Do you feel everything is right? Do you think we need to get it right? Do you think there is something you can do to contribute to our getting it right? It's all about the governance in our country, Nigeria, and the way things have been all this while, and what we would want this time around concerning electioneering and electing our leaders. I want to simply talk about something ravaging our society, and that's phenomenon of the president is my brother. Yeah, the president is my brother. Are you one of those Nigerians who believe because the person from your ethnic affiliation and faction is the one in office or coming into office, everything is right? Or you are one of those people who believe that we need to get it right based on competence and leadership? The president is my brother. Well, there's always that feeling we have when things are coming from our own end as is happening for us. Usually human beings are naturally empathetic to whatever belongs to them, even when it's not right. But if you are large-hearted enough, if you are sane enough, your major concern will be the good of humanity. You understand? What will help humanity and what will help our country move forward from where we find ourselves now. We are in a crossroad. Nigeria is right now in a crossroad, and all it needs is not your brother. All it needs is not my brother. All it needs is not who has structure or who has been there. All it needs are people who are willing, who have the political will, who have the desire to make changes. When I say will, who have that doggedness to challenge the status quo and to change some of the practices that have kept us backwards, even when we know that Nigeria is talented. The question is, what we have now, is it all that we can get? Is it all that we have? I don't think so. Nigeria is talented, Nigeria is blessed. The kind of leaders we have now are not the best that we can get. It's just those who have found their ways in the corridors of power, either because of privileges and Togre and whatever we have held so dear or we have exalted in our country. Yes, the president is my brother. It sounds sweet. Let's just say the other day I was discussing with a group of people and someone made a comment. That comment was, so long as Asiwaju is my kinsman, is a Yoruba man, make it just stay there. And I laughed. And you know, that laughter wasn't a very good one because it was a laughter that kept wondering whether this guy or this person knows what he's talking about. Simply because somebody belongs to your ethnic faction, let him just stay there and stay there. Let me break it down for you. I'll give you a little examples. Since the inception of our kind of democracy, because I sometimes wonder whether That is the democracy that is practiced in different parts of the world. Since the inception of our kind of democracy, the first president that entered office was Obasanjo in the 1999. If you are part of that primaries that brought Obasanjo and Ekwueme to the positions of power, you will discover that that time in that primaries, they did the first. You see these issues of delegates and the way we have structured our politics in Nigeria to mean that it's actually those delegates that give you your leaders. It's not most times the general consensus, even among the delegates. There are lots of racketeering, lots of lobbying, lots of things going on, like we saw in the APC and PDP primaries. And that time, right from the first democracy, you would have thought that we will get it right. But as a young person then, I watched what happened in the Eagle Square that day and I shook my head. And up till now, we have not gotten it right. In that primaries, the PDP primaries, is it PDP or SDP that time? I can't really remember the actual party, but in that primaries, Ekwueme emerged the winner, and then they say no, we are going to change it. It's going to be open secret, whatever. And then they did it again, and Obasanjo emerged. To compensate Ekwueme, they made him the vice. And let me tell you, I'm sure that many people would have rejoiced that Obasanjo emerged as the flag bearer of not just the political party, of their ethnic party, ethnic faction. And then that time, he said, our brother don't enter, our brother don't enter. Now, let me ask you these questions. Since that time and now, what's changed? Obasanjo was a Yoruba president from that time till he did the second tenure and was wriggling his way into the third tenure until he was halted. After all those number of years, one would say that Yoruba people would have been very happy. Ask them whether their brother made so much changes in their lives. Altar, till now, no get good road. But that's also where the man has a lot of presence, Songo, in the western part of Nigeria. That's to mention a little. That's from his immediate environment. Now, not much came up from him to his brothers. That is because also you also not want another ethnic group to say it's because he's Yoruba, that's why he's doing for Yoruba. And other factors that are on us as a people, that we have refused to develop workable systems that will make for fairness and justice and for equity. Now, ask Yoruba people how markets. Even as Ekwueme became his vice, some people will say, hey, Igbo, Kwenu, na brother, don't get close to, is in the presidency, as they call it these days. Your life is going to be better. Ekwueme kept wriggling out of where he found himself until his political career was just, I don't know where, boxed up. That is my brother, is the president for you. Now, after that time, Yaradua enter. People will say, now go there for my brothers. That the North will be happy for it. The North still ranks the best in poverty when it comes to Nigeria. And since that time, the North has held power for a long time. Now, the question is, did your brother make a change in your personal life? did your brother legacy span out on the Nigerian people generally? After that, someone will also say, oh, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan viced Yaradua. Yes, we have had a bite to the presidency. He's representing the South and the Southeast people. Our life is going to be better. My brother. Some people are still killing themselves, fighting over who is their brother, whether Jonathan is their brother or not. But the question is, Bayelsa is still landlocked. After that time, Buhari, everybody believed this administration when they formed their own coalition in 2015. That time, it was like Nigerians can't survive the next year with Jonathan. And they brought hope. They repackaged these people, this administration and its leadership, packaged them very well, sold them to Nigerians. Their manifesto were great. We supported their manifesto. I was one of the people that supported their manifesto. I'm not supporting individuals. I support what you bring to the table. But this time around, going beyond supporting what you bring to the table, I'm going to be looking at your roadmap and your antecedents. That time, Buhari, say Baba. The manifesto was very attractive, but the personality carrying the manifesto or representing the manifesto weren't too sure of him. But we wanted to delve into the dark, hoping that the so-called corruption bulldozer will help Nigeria wriggle out of where it found itself, only for us to discover that the overpackaged administration is corruption itself. I say that, yes, because they have failed to realize that corruption is not only when somebody is involved in financial crimes. Corruption is all that Buhari and his cohorts, his administration have entrenched. All the nepotism, when you see people that are not qualified for a job, you put them there because they are your kingsmen. When you see people that have bad records, you keep it there, either because you want to shield them or because you want to use it against them tomorrow. Because for them, this Nigeria is a game. They sit and they put the plan on the table. They draw all the things they want, but you don't know. And then when it starts happening, we'll be speaking grammar. Corruption is when you don't obey the rule of law, when you feel you have every power for rascality. You use your veto to display rascality. So that time, Nigerians and the Hausas will say, our brother. Till now, I'm still telling you that it's even the North that has paid dearly for this administration. How many people have died in the North since this administration came in? Our brother, your northern brother, is in power. And they are killing you people, whether as Fulani, whether as Hausa, whether as anything in the North. The North is the North. It's only those who come inside that will know the differences happening in the North. But for us, generally, we see the North as the North. Now, how has the North enjoyed our brother? If your brother cannot make decisions, if your brother cannot make policies, if your brother does not understand foreign policy, if your brother does not understand the intricacies of decision making, you will pay dearly for it. It's even you that will pay dearly for it. So going beyond my brother is the president. Let us look for credible leaders. And then after that time, okay, not even after, even now, Osibajo is Yoruba. I'm sure when Yoruba people entered, when he was picked as the running mate to Buhari, say Baba will double, because they will say that's a good combo. Hausa, Yoruba people will have all to pay for it. Now, the question is, how far? How markets? Like they will put it. So that is to tell you that it's not about my brother. Me, I will be happy too if my brother is in government, but I'll be happier if he's credible, if he's a good leadership. If we elect redundant sycophants into office without taking note of credibility, without taking note of what we should, we will pay dearly for it. Yes, if we elect them because they are our own kingsmen, wait for loads of excuses. Just wait for loads of excuses until they hand you over to their next incompetent handler. But remember, it will be such a long wait that you will realize too late that you are already going old. You are already growing old. You're already getting old. Before they finish their tenure, you would have spent your productive years ruminating and rejoicing that your brother is in office. By that time, those your productive years have gone. You now pass yourself as an old person, old parent, to the hand of your also poor youths, poor children that will keep managing you in the cycle of poverty, in the cycle of not being maximized, until they still keep talking about yesteryears. Because till tomorrow, our daddies are still talking about the glories of yesterday. They had wished it got better, but it got worse by the day. What you should be interested in is electing willing and credible candidates, leaders. Someone will say, we have people in this country. Someone will say, we have several our political, in short, let me put it this way, all the people that came out as contestants this time around made you believe they are the best. Is that the best Nigeria has? I don't think that that's the best we have. I don't think that that's the best we have. And if you think that it doesn't concern you, it doesn't concern you, even up till now, it does not concern you. Let me tell you one thing. When good men keep quiet, evil men will thrive. So many good men in Nigeria have kept quiet repeatedly, and evil is thriving. So many good men have kept quiet in this country, and we are paying dearly for it. If you know you're a good man, it's time to rise up, to build a coalition and galvanize with whatever is good and provide good leadership to Nigerians. Now, the crop of people we have are the same people that have been recycled. It now looks like these are the best we have. I don't think so. But you know, there are processes to electing leaders. And I've always said it, that when we complain about bad leadership, what they tell us is you have no right to remove democratically elected leaders. They force it down our throats that we elected them. And they tell us that it's only by the ballots that we can change them. And if we don't do through the ballots, we are terrorists. We are, what do they call it? We are committing a treason. When we complain that we are choking and dying by one incompetent fellow who has gone in and used the resources of the state to oppress the people, still they ask us why we are complaining. Why will you ask a crying person why he's crying? The person understands better. You can't speak for us and tell us that Nigerians elected you. You force it down our throat and say, we got your votes. Now, since they continually tell us that it's through the ballots that we can remove them, and you know the time of the ballot is not every day, it's not every month, it's not every week. It spans into years, and we are getting to another time of the ballots. It's an opportunity We have been waiting for 2023 to come. It's just 8 months away. Just a very short time for us to galvanize and make changes. Are we going to blow it away? Are we going to use apathy and use all forms of carelessness and take away this opportunity that we have long waited for? Nigerians, it's time to be very objective and rational in our thinking. Yes, it's through the ballots that we elect leaders, and another time of the ballot is coming, because your delegates will bring you people that will be vying for these offices. The different political parties have conducted their primaries, and they have presented us with their different aspirants. We'll be looking at those aspirants and be seeing who are among them, since we have not more choices, but we can't keep quiet. We just can't keep quiet. They say when life throws you a lemon, you do what? You make a lemonade. When life throws you lemons, you do what? You make lemonades. We can make out things out of whatever we have. They say use what do you have in mathematics to get what you don't have. What do we have now? We have the candidates that have been presented to us. We have Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the APC. We have Atiku from the PDP. We have Obi from the Labour Party. We have Sowore from the African Alliance or so. We have Kwankwaso from the YPP or so. We have Mustafa from, I think, AC or so. But looking at all these candidates, they are not new. They are not new faces. They are not new. We know them from our local governments, from our states, from our parties, and even in previous administrations. Are we still going to be doing my brother is there? Or we're going to be objective this time around? So, like, we know that we cannot do anything away from the people that are vying for these offices. Among all these people, who is much promising? I'm not talking about being promising in terms of structures, because a lot of people have argued and said so person doesn't have structure. For me, there's no need to pretend about it. I have looked at all the candidates and their antecedents and everything. Though I want to say that Peter Obi looks more promising. Sowore has honestly fought to see good governance in this country, but I think at this stage he can be a force. He can support and still be in the new Nigeria we are waiting for. I think they have given him much work to do, that he's struggling to wriggle out from the rubbishing of a country he calls his own. And we can't keep waiting. We can't keep waiting. We are going to work together. We work with any viable candidate. Among is only that Obi, Sowore. I've listened to one other man from the north. He's a young man. I think he has spent most of his life out of this country, but very much in touch too. I want to remember his name, Malik or so. These are people who seem to know what they are bringing to the table, and I feel we should be galvanizing. It's not about it must be me that will be president. Let's look at who is much more promising. When people are talking about structure, I don't know what you call structure. Nigerians are the structure. You are talking about your local government, how it is done from the grassroots, the wards, or the local government structures to the state level, to the senatorial districts, and to the national level. Yes, those things are important, but in a critical time, as the time where we are in now, like a time of Esther in the holy books, when Mordecai cried and said it's time to do something, except we all perish. They say critical times require very critical measures, drastic measures, and that's we are going to challenge the status quo and leave what it has been, how it has been, and change things. People say in Lagos, we want to vote for Tinubu because of his legacies in Lagos. Which legacy? Which legacy? Let me tell you one thing about Lagos State. Lagos State cannot be used to equate Tinubu's success as a man. Lagos is naturally fortunate for several reasons. Let me give you a little insight to those reasons. First, during the amalgamation of the northern and southern protectorates of Nigeria, Lagos benefited heavily because that was where one of the places that had Western presence benefited a lot. Most of the formidable structures you see in Lagos, like the bridges and all that, many of them, I'm not talking about minor bridges though, are not built by Tinubu's legacies, like people are saying. Then Lagos also has been one of the national capitals or federal capitals, like we call it in Nigeria. Lagos State was a former Nigerian capital. Why won't it have the privileges it has? It has an international airport, it has international seaports, it has a lot of federal facilities that should make it stand out. Again, Lagos is should even be a country of its own because of what? Almost every family in Nigeria is represented in Lagos State. There's no family in Nigeria that doesn't have somebody in Lagos. If your aunt, your cousin, your brother, your distant relation is not in Lagos, one other person will be that is related to you. So, and the whole Nigeria is building Lagos, especially the eastern part of Nigeria. It's Igbos that have all over Lagos building structures. They are the ones that will pay you whatever rent you ask for in a house. They are the ones that will buy your land and make gold out of it. They are the ones that will enter your market and boost it. So if somebody is taking those glories and saying, based on what he has done in Lagos, we should vote him, I don't understand though. I'm not saying that at one time or the other they've not contributed one thing, but anything you are praising them for are naturally what they should be giving you in governance. When they take their constituency allowances, they build you a water facility, and they say senator so person is working what? Check many of them, have they been enriched outside politics? They've not been enriched outside politics, whether as an ex or as somebody in government. Check most of it's just that in Nigeria we don't do audits, we don't do investigations, we don't do all this. Most of their wealths are linked to national resources. When you defraud the people and make your own wealth, that is I don't know, inconclusive. I don't know what to use for it, and you are rejoicing that you made something out of the people, or what? When we look at these things, if we want to be rational enough, we will not be considering most of them as leadership or leaders. So let nobody use Lagos State to decide the credibility of Ahmed Ashwaju, the APC candidate. So, if you feel they are doing anything for you, those are why there should be leadership. If you leave human beings naturally to fend for themselves, they have the capacity to if unlimited, to blossom. But because of order, we put structures of government for administrative order. Those people now make decisions that will keep you poor forever. When, as a human being, ordinarily you can fly. The sky is just a starting point. And then somebody comes into office and does not understand how his decisions, how his policies, how his economic plans, how his understanding of international policy and diplomacy affects the lives of his citizens. It's very, very unfortunate, and we're not going to be doing that any longer. People who can step you down, stamp on you by whichever powers they have. What the leaders Nigeria need are people who are afraid of knocking down the next person, no matter the powers available to them. If you feel you have the power to stop another individual because you are in government, then you are not worthy to be a government official. If you are so simple that you understand that we brought nothing into this life and we're not carrying anything away, you can be in leadership. If you are so selfless and sacrificial, you will understand what leadership is about. You're not going to be saying, I deserve it, it's for me, and for me. Is that what leadership is about? It's good to aspire, but most times those aspirations we should check it vis-a-vis selfishness and see whether we actually have the people in mind or we are running away from something. Then we have Atiku, we have Obi, we have, like I've said, Nigerians. When life throw you a lemon, you make lemonades. Let us galvanize, put our forces together. I wish that all these small parties will put their forces together. Put their forces together to save Nigeria first. If we have good governance today, you will be praised for it. You must not necessarily be a government official. What do you have to give Nigeria this time around? I am talking and I'm connecting with other people that I can convince to make decisions that are better for tomorrow. Because I feel that that's the little I can do for now. What can you do for Nigeria? Can you be honest to Nigeria by selecting our rights, not just because the person is your brother? We want a situation where we can bring down the Nigerian political terrain of whoever has money takes it all. We want to bring down money bags. We want to make everybody simple. If you travel to other countries of the world, leaders are people who are still among the people. They eat with them, they dine with them, they run their own cars, they do their personal activities just because just only that they see to the administrative part of human existence. Please, I'll be coming your way again. I don't want it to be longer than this. We'll be looking at these issues. Please, do not elect anybody because he's your brother. Do not elect anybody because he or she comes from your region. Because they don't know you to your houses. They don't know you to your houses. Until the next number of years they are going to spend in office, they don't know you. You're going to follow protocols when you want to see them, when you want to put up complaints, when you are crying that your loved one is dead. We cannot continue the way we are now. Outside hunger, Nigerians are dying in their numbers. Unplanned and unnatural death is not worth it. That is unnecessary. We have to get leadership right. We have to get leadership right. Nigerians, rise up. Nigeria, rise up. Don't say because it's my brother. Don't say it's me. Have you not waited enough? You have not waited enough. We have been waiting since 2015. Immediately this administration entered, we vowed and said, never again we will make the mistake we made. You are about to make the same mistake. Check it. Don't be carried away by sentiments. Please don't make the same mistake we made. It's been a long wait. It's been a long wait. Atiku is saying, I'm going to do only 4 years. I don't believe that we have had things like that. Nigerian politicians do not keep their words. When it's time, they are going to tell you reasons why they should continue. They will tell you we have unfinished projects. They will tell you we have things we are doing, we want to consolidate on. Don't even try. Don't even put your legs inside the 2 legs together inside the deep waters. Test the waters. Because we have been making that same mistake and we can't make it again. We want leaders and people who can question the foundations of our existence. Because the way it is now, if you bring a cent in Nigeria, they will not survive. Why? Because we have refused to question some of the things that are incapacitating us, like constitutional issues of our constitution. That's operational documents. That looks so ambiguous. The ambiguity of our constitution is our first bane. We have to fix it. And we need leaders who will be bold enough in their first day of inception, say, let's look at these things. That is what we need. And not people who know how difficult it is for them to achieve their agenda and they are reading it out for you now and say that's what they're going to do. When they enter, they will give you all the reasons why they can't. All the constitutional and legal jingoism going on in Nigeria is uncalled for. The constitution is supposed to be as simple. Your constitution is supposed to be as simple and understandable as possible to every Nigerian. Not this one that it will take legal tussles for us to break a portion of our constitution because another section contradicts it. It's been enough green grass for green snakes to hide in. Our constitution has been enough green grass for green snakes to hide in. We can't continue like that. We need leaders who will say this area, and that area are the things we will fix on our first day in office so that Nigeria can be good for it. I can't continue because of time, but I'll come your way next time. I don't want to spoil your Sunday. It's a wonderful Sunday afternoon. I just came back from church. But because I am worried, I don't know what you're doing right now, whether you're as worried as myself. Each day, my sleeping and waking thought is Nigeria and how we can get it right. Who can be simple in heart and purpose enough to take Nigeria out of this deep pit we have fallen into, out of the security challenges we have. All of these have been politicized. Look at them in their conventions, taking advantage of all the challenges we have, things that they should not mock Nigerians for, to campaign for coming into power, which they cannot do. I don't blame them because I don't feel that they're actually the problem, but they have refused to understand that they are helpless and open up to Nigerians to help them. Yes, when they enter office, they behave like helpless employees that don't even know where to start. What do they do all day? What do they do all years as leaders? One would think that every day of the year, a senator is sitting down and connecting with other senators and saying this one is not right, the other one is not right, how are we going to do it? They have the meetings, follow the agreements and push through. It is one sitting to your tent, O Israel, and we come back, we will speak grammar. There is one agreement, one law, one thing or the other to that effect. And who have been following up on it to bring Nigerians results? No, they see governance as their jobs, which they are not competent at. Please, Nigerians, don't make the mistake again. We can go on and on and on and on. But like I said, I'm just a concerned Nigerian. I don't know how concerned you are. Whether you're as concerned as myself, please contribute your little quota in honesty and purpose. Once again, my name is Humble. Until I come your way next time, enjoy your Sunday. This channel is supposed to be on relationships, but everything we do in life is relationship, and it pans out on us, on the results we get, on who we turn out, on what we become. That is why I'm concerned. And for sometimes from now, we'll be talking about politics, governance, and the people. God bless you once again. I love you all. See ya next time. Ciao.